Okay, we start the warm up. We move the joints. We start from the fingers. We rotate the wrist, and in the opposite way, we move the elbows and shoulders by doing this hands up and hands down routine. All these movements are done in a very comfortable speed. We are not going to compete anyone. Just be in a comfort zone and relax. Okay. Now we place the hands on the shoulder. Imagine that there are two poles. We are taking the hands above the poles. Remember, the poles are on the shoulder level. So we are turning the body and slightly bending the body. And when you feel comfortable, you may raise the elbows a little more, just like you are in between two walls, two closer walls. Without touching the elbow, you are rotating the shoulders. And when you feel comfortable, you may extend the arm and do a full movement, just like a windmill. I'm showing it in a different angle. And relax. We do the same in a forward movement. So remember, the poles are still there on the side. We are taking the elbows above it. And when you feel more comfortable, imagine that we are in between two narrow walls. So without touching the walls, we are taking the elbows rotated or the shoulder rotated, and you feel a little more comfortable. You may extend the arms just like a swimming movement. You may turn side to side just like you are doing a swimming. Make sure you are not bending too much forward, and we relax. We do some gentle neck movements up and down. You may inhale while you lift the head up and exhale while you breathe. Exhale while you bring the head down. Next is the right and left movement of the neck. You may exhale on each side and breathe in between and change. We do some shoulder moves. Backward and forward. We are just rotating the shoulder region. Okay, after that we do some side bends. Just like you are standing in front of a wall, imagine we are pulling a rubber band closer to the armpit. At the same time, we are lifting the spine up and bending to the sides. Slowly we raise the rubber band above the head. Very comfortably we move up, taking the rubber band all the way up. Make sure the body is straight and we relax. We do some gentle twisting of the spine. The knees are slightly bent. We are not giving much movement in the hip. We are rotating the shoulders. The hands are very relaxed. A gentle movement to the spine. You can exhale on each side or be in a normal breath routine. Okay. Now we go for some leg movements. We are taking the arm to the knees, elbow to the knees if comfortable, and the leg curl. Imagine that you are in front of a wall. We are taking the leg back and we are trying to touch it if possible. Okay, relax. Finally, we do some squat. That concludes our warm-up session. For doing the squat, you want to keep the legs shoulder width apart. The feet are slightly pointing out. You may take your hip back into the imaginary chair position. Make sure the knees are aligned to the feet. Our knees are not falling in or going out. While going down, it should be aligned to the feet. So inhale, we push the hip back and come into the imaginary chair position. Make sure the knee is not going forward like this. We are pushing the hip back. The main movement is happening on the hip. We inhale while going down, exhale and come up. You can do it as much as down as possible. You want to keep a neutral spine, not too much curling in or curling out. You want to keep the spine neutral. Push from the heels. While getting up, you want to make sure that your thighs are bearing the weight equally on the right and left. So that concludes the warm-up and prepare for the sun salutes.